It says we're live. Hello and welcome. Leading ladies, leaving legacies. Well, tonight we're going to be talking about marketing. And we have a stunning, dynamic, beautiful, charismatic young lady with us tonight who's going to be talking about a little bit of everything. I'm happy that you're here. Welcome. I am Joy Ruffin, creator of Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, a signature style specialist and professional speaker. Women who are in their second act, regardless of age, hire me to amp up their wow factor because they lack the knowledge, the creativity, and the awareness to accidentally, they do, but they want it to be more pro, showcase their fashion personality and their body shapes in the best way. And that's what I support them in doing. So every week, I help them erase the struggle of styling themselves and spending way, way, way too much money on clothes. It's not necessarily, not when you have signature style. And tonight, I bring to you a lady, and every week I bring to you a lady who is all about transformation. She's gone through it, might be still in the process, internal and external. And she is all about sharing with you her journey, why she does what she does, and loves it so much. And tonight, it's all about marketing and so much more. I want you to help me to welcome our guest tonight. And Anna, I want you to come up and say hello and welcome Anna Valencia Tillery. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, Joy. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. It's my honor to have you. I've known you for quite a few years. We both do a lot of networking. We met that way. And I love your story and what you're about because you're all about leadership, the community, and being of service. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing right here and now.
Well, Joy, if I may just say, since you opened with mentioning about the marketing, I
Yeah.
am the biggest fan of alliteration when it comes to marketing. And the title of your program is the epitome of perfection when it comes to alliteration. You nailed it, girl. You nailed it.
Why, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, for me, technology is still an embryo, but I love it and every aspect of it. And I am more than ecstatic when I meet women who are into marketing and technology and all the elements that go into the package. So tell us exactly what it is. I know that you have so many things that I call you the new age renaissance woman because you're dabbling in everything and you know how to juggle things back and forth. So tell us what you're doing right now that gets you so excited.
Honestly, I just have a passion for people and being able to have a platform where I can represent a company that I know is going to live up to the expectations and the promises that I put out into the public eye allows me a lot of confidence to be able to market for them on their behalf. And then as a result, create all these different offshoots that complement the base goal of what I do in a leadership role within White Glove Moving Storage and Delivery. So I've been with the team now nearly 8 years. I've been a marketing professional since my last few years of high school. I'm originally from the Detroit area,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, and we were able to incorporate vocational education into our high school. So sales and marketing was the thing I picked up right away, and I just had a knack for it. From there, I owned my own company and was able to be in sales. And for whatever I did, I always just took those bits of knowledge and
Yes.
those people I met and was able to build and expand upon those to just be better every day in my roles. My roles as a professional, my roles as a wife, my roles as a mother, all of those things.
Yes, and what you just said is so on point because that's what many of us who are striving to be professionals and get to the zone of genius and whatever it is that we love doing and working with people, that's what we're all about. Tell us a little bit, Anna, about the company that you're the vice president of and that you're working with now and what you're doing with them to help them to stay at the top because they have an excellent reputation. This we know.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm telling you what, I liked a kid. We first met, Joy and I both met at a women's networking group down in Martin County. I host one in Vero Beach, and one of my opening lines, especially to a group of women, is to say I represent 50 handsome men with muscle. And though it's the truth,
I love
it's
that.
just
I love it.
so fun to say I have them all at my fingertips. It is true, but truthfully, beyond that, they all take pride in our company. Like, we all love making moving a pleasurable experience for our customers. Whenever you can take a burden off of someone,
Yes.
sell in that category, you will succeed. And if you do it right, they're going to tell others, and those others are going to share that with others. And in this climate that we are in presently with COVID, I've had to pivot a little bit, right? Like, in person networking isn't as commonplace right now as it was just a few months ago. And so, even working now more digitally and focused on that online presence, those relationships that I've spent the past 8 years within this company, and even more than that within the Treasure Coast community, has been paramount in ensuring that we're still getting those leads and that positive feedback from these different groups on Facebook, or posts within Instagram and other platforms, that allows people to know, wait, there is this company that someone is giving me a warm welcome to, not just someone that I Googled. Even though being on Google is important, this is super valuable right now, as to why I'm just so proud of my brand, and how we maintain our consistent
Yes.
positive reputation.
And so you should be, Anna, because I know for a fact from the people that I spoke to and the people that I meet here and there, what a sterling reputation you have. You mentioned something, though, that I want to get back to, because it's in line with the work that you're doing right here and now. And you mentioned this online presence. Well, now it's changed for all of us. We're in the, buzzwords. You use one, this pivot that we're all about. Things are changing drastically, considerably. And so the new buzzword is new normal. Well, we're not going back to normal. So your online presence and how you market and use that is so vital to how you survive moving forward. So could you speak to that a little bit? The changes that you've made, not only with the company that you're with, but also with the marketing and the networking that you're doing with the group that I love and belong to. Can you speak to that a wee bit?
I would love to. So, right from the day that COVID was really launched, if you will, in the Treasure Coast, I was actually at an outdoor event. It was the
Uh-huh.
same day as my ladies' luncheon. I had to be in two places at once. I found a 2 hour clone for me at my outdoor event, went and hosted the lunch, and that was March 13th. And then since then, basically, events stopped. I was quick to utilize a partner within the Vero Premier Women's Network, which is the name of the luncheon I host, to go onto a Zoom platform for our lunches. I was very proud of the fact that we did that right away, and was able to bring a number of ladies together and still be able to promote one another.
Right.
However, knowing that I couldn't do those events, and I had like lots of things for a weekend event that I wasn't able to complete, I was able to take all those items, donate them. Of course, did it in a safe way, but we were able to highlight that good news. So really, everything about online has been highlighting the positives, talking about
Yes.
the positive changes that we're making. I recently introduced a weekly Wednesday white glove chuckle. Being a mom of a 13-year-old son, and just being the slight amount of cheesy that I am, it was great to implement these one-liners and be able to cleverly tie them in with a message about white glove. And in doing that, it's that consistency. Since it's the summer months, I was able to start reading moving books out loud and putting it onto our YouTube channel, and getting some great feedback from mommies in the area that are just overwhelmed with, of course, the crisis, and then still needing to do a move, and
Yes.
having that opportunity to engage with them. Just the consistency, I think, is key, and making it
It
positive.
It is. And I love the way that you express what you're doing and how you went about doing it, because listen, we all like to chuckle. Everybody who knows me or thinks you know me, I love to laugh. I can laugh with the best of and at me. So to add a little chuckle in what you're doing with your online marketing can only be great. Tell us a little bit more about the Vero premier ladies networking group that I love and belong to. Tell us a little bit about your goals, your aims, and how you're working with that group now during this pandemic that we're all involved with.
So last month was our first month back in person.
Yes,
Um, we had you as our featured speaker, which
you
was
certainly did.
terrific.
Yes, and I
And
loved every
oh,
moment of it.
oh yeah, and it was a different way than what we had done before. Typically, we are celebrating 3.5 years of the luncheon itself. It's always the second Friday of the month. Prior to COVID, we met every month at a beautiful, high-end senior living community here in
Yes.
Vero Beach.
Hmm.
Regency is a strong partner of the luncheon, and of course, once this epidemic hit, we weren't allowed to be there. You know, their demographic is senior population. So we
Right.
were able to align with some other local restaurants. That restaurant that we typically would go to because they house upwards of 70 plus people. Our lunch is very successful. We yield anywhere between 75 to 100 women each month. We went there, but then once things started happening, we just went completely digital until last month, and we met up with a great local restaurant in Vero, the Green Marlin. Vero Premier Women's Network.com is the website. There we have our blog, we have a calendar, we support local charities 5 months at a time, being able to give them something tangible that they might need. In the past, we've worked with Little Birthday Angels, which is a cause I'm very passionate about, and we were
Hmm.
able to produce $1,000 worth of gift cards for the teenagers, homeless teenagers that are often neglected when it comes to gift giving.
Yes.
Um, we've been able to work with the Gifford Youth Achievement Center and ensure that there was upwards of 1,000 backpacks for them to disperse to the kids going back to school last year. So that's just a few of them, but we've worked with a number of charities. And then we also have an online directory. So with our active Facebook group page and the directory, women can be found consistently 24/7. And it's all about positivity. The luncheon itself is very structured, but it gives room for one to promote themselves and then also say something kind about someone else, and then hopefully coming out with a prize after hearing from a great speaker, so that that little nugget of knowledge
Mhm.
is that extra takeaway that all the ladies get each month.
I think that's fantastic. I think that networking and you find the right groups because you can go, as most of us, when we start out, you go to all the groups, but
Sure.
then you find the ones that you nestle into that you support and they support you, and it's a mutual win win for both. And that's what you're all about. When it comes to this group that you have and you're the co founder of, what is it that you enjoy most about doing and working and being a part of and a founder for this group? Now, that's not an easy question, so don't slide.
Well, it is what it's like my baby. I just love it
Yes.
so much because I'm hands on with every aspect of it. The original founder of the Florida Premier Women's Network, Cheryl
Mhm,
Fryer, moved to Indiana over a year ago. Wow, time flies. Anyhow,
mhm,
and she was just kind of gave it to me and just said, do what you do. So I get to help create the newsletter, create the invite, maintain the roster. So making sure that that communication is happening, especially when, in these COVID times, bam, had to change the location 3 days in advance. Bam, had to had to update some protocols, create waivers, do thermal screenings, whatever it might be. But being there and being the MC and making sure that all the ladies get the value is so rewarding for me. Every time I'm done with the luncheon, I just feel so good about knowing that those women got value out of the event. They made a connection, they were able to express themselves. We all broke bread. There's just some commonality to that
yes.
is exceptional all at the same time.
Well, listen, I'm not brown nosing you, and I don't want you to put your tiara on. Well, you can, because you are darn good at what you do in that group. You buzz around like a butterfly, just touching everybody, and the love comes through. And this is not to applaud you in a way that's not authentic, because it is. You are really, really good at being the leader for this group. And you know that here, the title Leading Ladies, but this show, I want the women to get to know each other, to introduce themselves into each other, to send a friend invite via Facebook or LinkedIn, because we're looking for agents of change, purpose driven women, heart centered leaders, and cosmic healers so that you encompass all of those. Now, let's talk about what you spoke to me about very briefly, because this is what we as women, we're all doing. We're juggling. We're juggling here, we're juggling there. So, how do you and what pearls of wisdom can you share with us that will help some of us to juggle in a way that's beneficial so we learn to be calm and take better care of ourselves?
Well, just to be coy, I used to sell wine, and so I highly endorse the occasional glass of
I
Chardonnay.
love that. Yeah.
It does help. Though truthfully, I am so old school. I write everything down. If it's a priority, I write it down. I make sure it gets done. If I write it down, I remember it. It's that simple. And, prior to COVID, I dedicated most of my evenings and weekends to additional work because there just wasn't enough of me to go around commuting in such a large territory, spending so much drive time. I had things to still do and complete tasks that had to be done. And now there's a bit of a reset button, and I've been able to figure out more on how to balance the happiness and the completeness that I feel in knowing that I'm doing an A plus job at work, right? You want to, anything I do, I want to do an A plus at it. I guess that started really young. But now I also have that family time that I can dedicate. We recently started a fun travel blog called River Roaming with the Tilleries.
Well, I like that.
River Roman with Justin N. River Roman with the Tilleries.com. And we're going on all of these adventures throughout state parks and state forests, taking our new pontoon boat and glamping and sharing some of those experiences and those products and those what's to do and what not to do with folks, because that's really what you can do safely right now
Yeah.
in this present time. And so again, like just when I thought I was done being extra, extra busy, I just found something else to be busy with that I enjoy and that my family gets to see. It's almost like my little love diary to them online. Yet, in playing with that, it's sharpening my skills and honing my skills on the other side for my professional day job representing White Glove. And so it all always blends together.
I love all of this, Anna, and I love something, well, everything, but here's what you said that for me is a mean. You said I'm old school. Well, for me, I'm old school and happy to be, because I like blending old school with the new school, because we're not going back to the old school, and technology and the new school and the new terrain that we're traveling. It has a lot of things that needs to be adjusted. So blending the two and getting a mean is right. You said you like to write things down. I have a friend who likes to talk on the phone. She doesn't like it when you text her back. Give her a call and say boom, 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 goodbye, because that's more personal. It's more connecting. So I like that. I'm going to ask you to step aside for just a brief moment. I'm going to take a little intermission, and I'll be right back with you. And I have another interesting question for you. So hold tight. Don't you love this? Because when we share our journeys, when we share what we're all about, it makes a big, big difference. And sometimes we think maybe it's only us and there's no one else, but everybody has something to share. I'm extending an invitation to you. And that invitation is to connect and to join with me here in Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. The Facebook group, it's still somewhat in infancy, but we're about to launch a lot of exciting new things. And I want you to come aboard, because this Leading Ladies was geared and is made for women who are in their second act, regardless of age, who want to amp up their wow factor. And they are professionals and they're agents of change and female trailblazers and all of those things that I mentioned earlier, whether they be an introvert or an extrovert. And also pump in the word style, STYLE, where you will be delivered your complimentary e-brochure. And I'm about to change that so it ties in more to what we're about now, working online in this pandemic and this crisis that we're all in, and giving you more tips and tools that will benefit you if you're going to be working online more for the first time, maybe, or if you're going out for a new job interview. There's a lot that I can help you with there. So stay tuned. Pop in style, STYLE, in the comments. You'll be delivered your complimentary brochure, and then join the group. Love good company, and I know you would be. Now, Anna, back to you. Let me ask you this. Style is different things to different people. and it has a different connotation for a lot of women. Tell me what style, fashion and style means to you, because I know that you are fashionable. So tell me what signature style means to you and how it plays out in your life.
That's a great question. And you are a style expert. So I love that you asked it of me. I believe that there is a certain level of covering that every professional lady should have. In Florida, I know that it can be difficult because it's tropical and it's warm. Yet, I believe that as a professional lady, that we get more respect if we are able to carry ourselves and cover ourselves well. And you can do that and still have a lot of character. You don't have to miss out on that. You can have fun earrings, you can have fun nails, and still ensure that you have that smart cardigan or jacket to complete your look and command the presence and the overall respect that you want for your audience, especially for an audience that's blended of both men and women. I personally love a dress because it's like a one piece wonder, and then you can throw on a quick cardigan or a blazer with it, and you're out the door. Though I have a large closet and it is full with fun pieces. So
That
my work attire and style is different than my play attire and style.
all right.
However, I believe that it's important to be able to also have that character shine through.
I like that, and I like the way you explained it, but I want a clarification and I want a
Mhm.
more significant tie in there.
Okay.
If you had to classify and nail for us your style, your signature style, what category are you going to be in? Are you more sporty, casual? Are you romantic? Are you classic? Are you chic, dramatic? Now,
Ooh.
you are, all of us are one main specific, no matter what category you are. And then you have some subs. So speak to us a little bit about how you would classify and label your signature style.
I would say that it leans more toward the classic. I do enjoy, I know what colors work for me, and I typically have a heavy dose of those. Because I believe in a lot of blazers and sweaters, I think that maybe the classic falls. However, I like to do it like with a little boho twist, like, just a little spin on things.
I like
However, I am not afraid to also incorporate with it some bold pops of color. So long as you have the basic classic and then you add those accents, that's where I think I'd be at.
I like that. I like that. And I like the way you express that you can put a little pop of this or a little pop of that. And most people who are in the classic category like a little drama or a little something edgy applied from time to time, no matter what
For sure.
category you're in. So that's expressed very well. Is fashion and style and a signature and how you represent, how you show up, is that important to you?
Incredibly so. I take time every month to ensure that I feel I look complete and put together. I also host a talk radio program. I
Yeah.
have just celebrated 10 years doing that. And some of my key sponsors have been longtime contributors of my overall look. My hair salon, my nail salon, making sure that I have, and much to what you said earlier and during our brief intermission, about
Yes.
the fact that you don't have to break the bank in order to feel confident and feel like you look your best. I adhere to that rule of thumb for a long time, and I believe that you can just get a simple basic dress. I was just actually out at the outlets, and they have some amazing stuff. I was like, what? $12? I'm going to need one of every color, please. It's just that simple. Just that simple.
Every color that's right for you.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay. Listen, I love what you said, and we didn't mention the radio, but that was in I think the quick bio that we did for you. Tell it, the time goes here. I don't know where, but before we say so long for now, and it's always so long for now because there's always the comeback, share with us because you enjoy and love working with women as I do, and you are all about supporting and networking and empowering women. Give us some of your pearls of wisdom, your leave us with something that we can marinate with and use to enlighten, inspire us in whatever way. Just as you say, so long for now, share with us some of the important factors or facts that you have discovered on your journey thus far.
Absolutely, Joy. For one, and I believe we touched on a little bit ago, is
Yes.
staying positive. Not just now because people need it, but because people adhere and they honestly are attracted to positivity more times than not. So
Right.
the more you are engaging with, especially with other women, to say something one time and then to not be true the moment you leave is something that is felt, and it is unfortunate. You know, your personality is one thing, but the way you make someone feel is forever lasting. And so being able to be consistent is key. And I always say, and this is my favorite, honest to goodness quote of all time, always tell the truth and you never have to remember what you once said. And in marketing and in public relations, it's easy to embellish. However, it's different to just be truthful and be honest and authentic with other women and maintain that. And in doing so, you will create long lasting relationships that will work to your advantage no matter your career over the span of time.
Fantastic. I love that. And it's so spot on. It really, really is, because being authentic, especially in these crazy times, and positive, and having an outlook that's always rising and looking to the high road because it's our time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I put up your website. Your name has run across the board here. And as I said before, the whole intention is that those of you who are out there listening now and those who will come for the replay, because StreamYard has something where you can't see the remarks until the comments until after, that you will connect with Anna. Just send her a friend request and connect with her and get into her group. It's a fabulous group. Anna, thank you so much. I'm going to put you in the green room and I'll be back with you in just a second. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I did the wrong button. What can I say? Time does fly here. But let me say this to you. The women that I bring to you each and every week, they are leaders in what they do. They are women who are female trailblazers in a way, and agents of change and all of that good stuff, because they care about themselves and they care about supporting and aiding and assisting other women. It's all about empowerment, and especially in these times. Anna has a fantastic background. She's really a phenomenal woman, and you really ought to connect with her. I ask you again, if you are a woman who's in her second act, to please connect and align with me here. Join the Leading Ladies Leaving Legacies group, and you will be a part of our extended family where lots of good stuff will be happening soon. What I want you to remember is this, because each and every week when I come to you and I leave you with some type of tip or tool or joyism or a little nugget, and this week I want you to be thinking about something that Anna spoke to earlier in a different way, but it ties in. If you are working online for the first time, or maybe more online, be aware of what you're projecting and what you're presenting. And maybe you're going for a new job interview for the first time. So you want to be camera ready and prepared for working online and for that new job interview, because competition is going to be fierce. We are going into, the new buzzword is the new normal, yet it's going to be different, quite different. And those who rise to the challenge are the ones who are going to be the winners. And remember, ladies, it's our time. It's time to unite, connect, and join together and rise together to lead with heart-centered leadership. It's always good to see you. This is a new platform for me, so I'm not able to see the comments. But yet I want you to know that you're always welcome here, and it's always good to see you here. And I look forward to meeting and connecting with you one-on-one at some point real soon. In the meantime, be well, take care, stay safe, do what they're telling us to do, wear your mask, and know that when this is over, we will all be on a new journey. And those of us who are in the forefront will be the ones who are leading with heart, because that's what we're all about. Have a great week. Enjoy the weekend. And I'll see you next week, same time, same station. So long for now. Cheers.